House by Rich von Halt. This is the third dream I've had of this house with the demon that lives in the attic. The dream starts with me showing my older sister Leah around the first floor of the house. We were there with many people mourning the loss of a close relative. The house belonged to our family, but as we were walking around, it was like she had never been there before. But I have. I remember the house on the outside having a yellow trim and white border. As I was showing her around, it was understood that I would be taking over the property. I also knew the secrets behind the house. The house was big with multiple rooms on the first floor. The second floor was like another house with multiple rooms, and in one of the rooms, there is a secret room. And in that secret room is a piece of the ceiling that is loose. The loose ceiling board opens to an extra floor that is another apartment. That third floor apartment is very normal looking. There are windows. It's bright with white walls, but this secret floor has a demonic woman living in it. I have seen this woman 2 times prior, and even though she scares me, I wasn't afraid of the house, because I knew she just wanted to live on her floor and not be bothered. I told my sister what the house was, and while people were inside the first floor, mourning the loss of our relative, I took her outside and I told her to look at the second floor window that overlooked the street just above the front door. In the window stands 3 kids who just appeared there. She looked up and saw 2 little girls and a little boy. One little girl, who was around 9, was the oldest. She had a bowl haircut and wore a dark red long-sleeve dress. The other 2 stood close to her. Their faces were blank. I told her if you take a picture of them, they won't appear. She did, and they were nowhere to be found. At this point, she is scared. She doesn't care for the house. She doesn't care to go back in. I, on the other hand, am thinking of what colors to paint the house. Even though I'm not a fan of yellow, I'm thinking about how to keep it. Yellow is a part of that house. It needs to be part of that house. So, upon going back into the house, people start to leave when I start to go to the second floor to the secret room with the loose ceiling board. I don't know why this time was a little different. I removed the loose board and went through it. The stairs right after lead to the secret apartment on the 3rd floor. The demonic being started chasing me, but she did not look like how she did in the previous dreams. She had a new type of mask on her face. The shape of the mask was like a goat. If the goat was flat, it had no dimension to it. It was a flat mask. She is white and wore white clothing, very tight, underwear type of clothing. She ran fast. She ran on all 4s, chasing me. And I just ran back through the secret stairs to the ceiling of the second secret room, ran down it, and she tried to grab me but missed. I closed the loose ceiling board on her, and that was it. Usually, when I must dream, it scares me a lot. Even though I was scared while sleeping this time, I wasn't scared as much because I knew the house. I knew how to get around, and I knew what was going to be there was no surprise. And I wasn't afraid of it. I embraced it. I'd let her have her space, and I had mine.